Yeah, we're gonna walk around. So this is the inspection for 2433 Paseo del Rey.
Exactly.
This is Casey.
Good morning, guys. How are you? I just finished your inspection, so we're just going to go over my summary items here on some of the things I'm going to talk about. And you'll see these in the report when I send it to you with color photos to document the items. The first three things are going to refer to the roof, and I don't think we're going to go on the roof, so I'm just going to tell you what's going on up there. You have a foam roof, you have some blisters that are present on the foam roof, which is normal for that type of roof. You also have some exposed foam where those blisters have popped and opened up, and so you have some exposed foam that needs to be covered up.
So that's just that's pretty much just a repair.
Regular maintenance, actually. A foam roof requires regular maintenance every 2 to 3 years, because blisters form.
Okay, so this is probably something that just hasn't been done in that 2 to 3.
A little different.
Okay.
And I don't guesstimate the roof being much older than 7 years old or something like that.
So it's in good shape.
It's really good shape.
Okay.
The vent pipe to the water heater is missing a cap, first of all, and it also needs to be extended at least 12 inches above the roof surface. So it needs a little extension with a cap.
So this comes up a lot lately. Is this something that just it's a...
No. It's always been that way.
Okay.
But I think the wind blows off the caps. But I think this one, the water heater's a 2010, so it may be a smaller water heater than what was there prior to. So the vent pipe might have not been as high.
I see.
So it needs to have about an 8-inch extension with a cap.
Okay.
Right now, water's just going right into it if it rains.
If it rains.
Yeah.
Of course, the opening's kind of small, so if the water's going in,
it's 4 inch.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the dryer vent pipe extends up vertically and exhausts onto the exterior on the roof, but the kind of cap that is on that dryer vent pipe is what you need for the water heater vent pipe. Because the dryer vent pipe, the lint is just going to get obstructed because it can't float out. So a dryer vent pipe is different than a heater vent pipe.
Okay.
Okay, so it's an improper vent pipe is what I
so those should not be swapped, but new ones should be placed on.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Let's see, plumbing, we can go in here to the garage.
Okay.
Okay, this is your water heater right here. The water line's on top of the water heater. The line on the right, that's your supply line to your water heater. That's what fills up your water heater. And if you can see up there, you're missing a shutoff valve handle. There's no way to shut off that valve. And those 2 copper pipes are missing this black foam insulation wrapped around them.
Okay, so those are supposed to be insulated, missing the
shutoff valve.
Okay.
Also here, the water heater, it's missing a drain catch pan. Okay, it's a 2010 water heater. Definitely should have been put in at the time of this installation. It's on wood base, so if that water heater leaks, it's going to damage that wood. You got some stained base right here on the base of the water heater, and then this overflow line to the water heater relief valve. Code requires you see the end of this pipe. Okay, this pipe is inside this little void right here. I tested it to make sure that that functions. I went around the property. I never saw the end of it. I don't know where that water goes.
So it's possible that's just going the sewer line.
Yeah, it may go to the sewer.
So as far as seeing the bottom of that, does that mean just cutting the pipe so that you can see the bottom of it?
I mean, you can hear it. The bottom of it's down there, but like I said, I thought it would go to the outside and you would see where that water goes, because you just want to make sure that it's never obstructed, because this is pressurized when water comes out of here, and if there's no relief on that, then it's gonna.
Okay.
Here the furnace is right here. If you can see this flex gas line right here, this flex gas line.
Does it penetrate the box?
It connects inside the firebox.
Penetrates the box. Not the penetration of the box. Oh no.
So code requires it to be a solid steel pipe that extends beyond the housing of this furnace, and then that flex line connects on the exterior.
Okay.
Okay.
We see that a lot. That's why I'm giving Casey a hard time about it. Even my furnace is that way. So.
Now these condos do not have a water shutoff at the property. So the water shutoff is located in the meter box in the yard.
Okay.
The handle to that water shutoff has rusted off, so it needs a new handle.
Okay.
There's no way to really shut off the water without using pliers or channel locks, because the handle's been rusted off.
Okay, so you can still turn it off, but it really needs to have a new handle.
It's not user friendly by no means.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Exterior of the property. There's one torn window screen on the north side of the house to the master bathroom window.
Okay.
The igniter to the barbecue is missing, so you'd have to use one of these guys if you wanted to use that barbecue on the rear patio.
I am so surprised because that is a brand new looking piece of equipment.
And then we could go out here if you want. There's an outlet on this east side of the house that is not GFCI protected.
We can take a look at
that trip and reset like that.
Okay, so and this one's fine.
Yeah, that's a GFI outlet. That's good right there.
Okay.
While we're in the garage, also I'm noting along this north footing, you have some cracked, deteriorated concrete along this north footing. Okay, and that's just indicative of the age. You know, if they poured this concrete in really hot sun, which is probably the case, if it doesn't get finished properly, or if it's a bad batch of actually concrete, it'll just flake like this and deteriorate. There is a fix for it. It's just taking concrete that does not have the rock in it and just kind of re-smooth it and reinforce it.
Okay.
Okay. That's the outlet. That's not GFCI protected.
Okay, so that's just the kind of classic two cover that they always used to use, and it's over here by the front door.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Let's see. Oh, entry gate right here. This entry gate to the courtyard. I said it's not secure to this. It's not secure to this support wall. Okay, so it needs to have some type of brace or bracket there.
Isn't that just that it rotted out at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why if you attach it here, you want to worry about it.
Okay.
You know, kind of like, you know, attaching it to the wall
Okay.
would prevent that from deteriorating down there. The landscape fixtures I tried to use off of this timer right here. The landscape fixtures in the yard did not operate.
Okay, that's all maintained by the HOA,
Okay,
so
great.
I'm assuming that that's something they deal with. And it's green, so it must be working on some level.
And then now we're in the laundry room.
Okay. We're picking up the laundry room now.
Okay, with laundry room, the dryer vent pipe to the laundry room, when it's installed vertically, it's required to be rigid metal like this all the way up. They're using a plastic paper material flex line that is not to code. It should be this rigid material going all the way straight up to the exterior onto the roof like I mentioned earlier, and then have that proper cap so that lint and that stuff can float away.
So I have to ask, because this comes up frequently, in this case I think they'll be redoing it, but how do you connect a rigid pipe to the back of this device here? Because you have to pull it out and then push it back in, and I don't quite understand how
Well,
that's
it could
supposed to
be
happen.
flexed, you know, going from, you know, going out of the dryer, it can have a little flex and then it tees up because they have these little angle pieces where it slips in and it's real thin and then it has a 4-inch out orifice where this guy would connect to it.
So there still can be flex,
Oh yeah.
but not as much
Not
flex.
vertically.
Not vertical
No,
flex.
not vertically.
Horizontal flex.
Horizontal could be flexed, and then once it's beyond 10 feet, then it's required to be, if it's longer than 10 feet horizontally, it needs to be rigid.
Gotcha.
You can't have a bunch of sags where that lint's just going to stay in those pipes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Alrighty, here, let's see here. Interior living areas, I did not see a working carbon monoxide detector. You may need two because you have a door that separates the master bedroom from the guest bedroom, so you'll want one outside both bedrooms.
Okay.
The smoke detector that is in that hall outside the master is older than 10 years old, and then it's missing a smoke detector outside the east bedroom.
Yeah, it's over here
saw
with the
you
dead
take
battery. We'll get that taken care of.
Let's see, master bedroom window. There's just disconnected shutter louver on that. I just point that out when the
okay.
is disconnected. In this east bedroom right here, this is the guest bedroom. I noticed a moisture stain on this north wall. I believe this switch went to that ceiling fan,
Okay.
and the ceiling fan did not respond to this switch, nor did it respond to that pull chain.
Okay, so we think there's no electricity going to that.
Correct. And here's what I think. I think they might have, you know, stole this power from somewhere, and they fished this line up, probably fished this line up into the closet to get it to that ceiling fan, as there's a moisture stain there as well.
So are you thinking there's a short somewhere in this thing?
It could be. If that water is in that circuit, then that might have shorted it out. But I don't, you know, they had to penetrate the roof to get that in maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know where the water would have came from is what I'm saying, because I don't think they had to penetrate the roof to get to that. But
Okay, but needless to say, this does not appear to be working.
I'm just the pointer outer guy.
Okay, you're pointing it out.
Okay.
What's up next?
Master bathroom, the toilet fill valve runs continuously.
Okay.
And then in this east bathroom, for the guest bathroom, you do have one leak underneath the sink. Okay. And it's where the drain pipe connects to the sink itself. So right there at that connection, you can still see a little water drop right there.
Okay.
Okay? So every time the water is draining through the sink, it's dripping down.
Okay.
They do have a piece of fabric that's protecting the cabinet base so you don't have any wood damage.
Oh, it's like diapers. It's fantastic.
Okay? And then the toilet here in this guest bathroom is not secure at the floor. Okay? It's loose off the floor.
Okay.
Okay? And then we're going to the kitchen.
And then we're off.
We are in the kitchen. We good? We are?
Yeah,
We hot?
We're hot.
Okay.
Go. You're good.
We're here in the kitchen. The outlet adjacent to the north sink, I'm calling this the north sink or the prep sink, is not GFCI protected.
Okay.
Okay. The cabinet base underneath this same sink is sagging. There's no leak, but there is water damage because it is sagging.
Okay.
Underneath this sink, I made a note that they added a second base. So the first one may have some water damage, and I did not pull that up to see the condition of it. So I
Okay,
just
so it's
made that little
possible there
note.
was a leak at one
Correct.
point.
There's
and,
no leak under there now.
and now it's dry, but there's a second level.
There's a second base, so I like to let clients know that. Also with the cabinet, I call this the cabinet to the desk cabinet.
Okay.
The hardware for this drawer is it may need to be adjusted or replaced, but it's very difficult to open and operate and close.
Darn it, they were probably depending on that to work.
Okay. Slider screen door here in the kitchen, or the slider door in the kitchen. They say it's loose in the frame.
Okay.
It's got a lot of rock there, so it may need a caster or two to kind of jack it up to get it tight.
Okay.
And then you have torn material on the slider screen.
Okay.
Okay. And that's it.
Okay, and that's
So let me just real quick. Your water heater is a 2010, your air conditioner is a 2013 5-ton system, and your furnace is a 2003. So you got newer components that are operating functionally and really good. Okay, so those big money items are taken care
great. All right, Casey, thank you. Appreciate it.
of. Alrighty.
Take care.